somebody swap the Fox body? No, we're not going to put the dog in there. She's useless. So, we have our 4L80. This is my Junk 5.3. That is just basically a mock-up motor. These mounts are the SMR swap mounts. This here is just a 4.6 motor mount. So it's kind of funny. These bolts literally line right up. I remember watching Matt from Sloppy Mechanics do his. You can also buy just this mount. You can get the mount for like 50 bucks. You can get stock ones even cheaper, but I don't know if it works with the stock one. And you cut this, flip it around, and bolt it into that hole, and you don't need that extra plate. But I just figured I'll be a lazy ass and do it that way. So we're going to go ahead and try and get this into here, into old Forky. And yeah, it's our last swapped Fox body project. If you ain't already figured that. So hopefully we don't film this thing falling on me. That'd be terrible. Make it work, or make it work. If any of you were wondering, looks like, not that I was planning on using it, but the stock truck pan is just interfering with all kinds of stuff. So I do have an F-body pan over here on the shelf that might work. But I don't know, that sump almost looks like it comes farther forward. So I think we'll just pull the pan off it next and try and get it in here. My main reason for doing all of this is, hang with me one second, Mr. Whistler's gonna fit. Because I'm gonna fill every hole on this firewall. I'm gonna do this car super nice. But yeah, I want the motor in. I want to basically build the turbo kit first so that all this knocking around and danging the firewall up and everything will be done. And then more than likely when it goes back together, we won't put it together, motor and trans together, because it just ain't really working. So, and who knows, we might end up with a turbo 400. That I don't know yet, because I have a 4L80, but I don't have a converter for a 4L80. So yeah, there it is. It's going to be 4-point grate. This one's a 5.3, but we got a nice 4-point grate in the corner. A S475, which this is off of a bus. This is a obviously proven combo. Many of people have done this, and it works and makes great power. And this is going to be a street car, and I'm being realistic. I just went through my stack of injectors and stuff I have over there in the corner. I do have some that if I decap them will be like 75 pounders. So I'll probably decap them, send them out and get them flowed maybe. Probably just to make sure. So that'll be the plan. As of now, I am planning on running a Holly on it. Just because I want this thing to be turn the key, trouble-free. If the wife wants to drive it, she can jump in the car and take off and go anywhere. I am kind of beating myself up if I want to do AC and stuff. I do have all the heat and AC out of Chaos, but I don't know. Roll the damn windows down. So yeah, this should be pretty sweet. Well, you know, they say a chain's only as strong as its weakest link. We just found its weakest link. Good thing I wasn't laying under there or nothing. Did you just look at the ooze coming out of this thing? I don't know, maybe I shouldn't let it go on the floor. Don't do what I'm about to do. I'm about to pull the oil pan off this thing while it's dangling here. Because I don't feel like pulling it all the way out to put it all the way back in. On mostly water. That's what happens when you let your mock-up junk sit outside for months. Man, what a mess I'm making, huh? It's got a lot of water in it. A lot more than I thought. Where can we get, there we go. Yeah, I figured we should drain that before I just pull the pan off and let it go everywhere. There's just brown stuff everywhere. Pan is completely off. I don't know, maybe I should throw the other pan I have on to see if that pan's gonna work. Look at the junk. And this motor's been sitting around for years. Pretty much always uncovered outside. I've just used it for mock-up. Kitties, now we have it. It's in. I just gotta square it up in there a little bit. I don't know why we're sitting funky. It's like it wants to sit lower, but the mounts won't let it, maybe? That's why we're mocking everything up on this build, because once everything's smoothed and pretty, I don't want to have to grind, I don't want it to cut, I want it to be painless. Might even be because of how high I got the back jacked up. I think the trans is higher than the motor right now. Let's see what happens. Let her down a little. Yeah. Probably gonna have to open them holes up in the cradle, I'm guessing. Because it's definitely not happy about where it's sitting. And it's pretty much even on each side, about a ½ an inch up. Right in there. But, like I said, it's those little things. Now we're figuring all that stuff out as we go. But it's in there. One thing, it's lunchtime now, so I'm gonna go eat. When I come back, I wanna put the truck intake on, see if that clears, because that's what we're doing for now, is a truck intake that's over there. Flipped manifolds that are there. We've got a bunch of mandrel bent 2 1/4 over there. We're gonna build the hot side out of, and she's gonna be sweet. So here is my review on these SMR mounts, which are apparently the same as the UPR mounts, whatever, they're copies, I don't give a shit. They tell you nowhere. I looked up everybody who makes these, at least I couldn't find it. Nobody tells you that these will not fit a 79 to 93 Fox chassis. They all tell you 79 to 94 Fox body LS swap. Then I did some digging, found an old forum on, I think, LS1 Tech, and everybody said, absolutely not, they will not work. Well, I obviously had already purchased them, and they're here in the vehicle now. Without having to modify everything, so far this is where I'm at. I have about 1 inch of spacer. I haven't went down to look at what it looks like rack to motor clearance yet. Got about 1 inch of spacer. I flipped the mounts from what I believed they were supposed to be. All the pictures I found, these things came with no instructions, of course, show that being on the top, right? But then the angle was so far off that, I don't know, maybe now that I made this work, maybe that would work, but for now, they're in there like that. Let's see what we got. Clearance. Well, I think we would have plenty of pan clearance now, because we're going to use an F-body pan as the plan. So, I mean, there's a little bit of space in there. I'm thinking throw some rubber in there. You know, throw a 1/4 inch of rubber, 1/2 inch of rubber in between, just because. I could also maybe space the bottom of the mounts out a little more. I don't know. I mean, it's sitting pretty much dead nuts, just about at 0. So I'm gonna say this is where the thing is gonna live. I mean, I got nice clearance in the back. You know, you could touch all the damn bolts. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we got that going for us. Let's see where we are. This way, about 5 degrees down. I gotta use the app and see like where the drive shaft angle would be at, but I mean that probably wouldn't be the end of the world being 5 degrees down. Tried using, this is a Fox body solid mount. These are for Chaos. I just haven't put them in yet. They are just at such the wrong angles for the LS there that there ain't no way. I was like, fuck it, I'll modify them. Can't modify them. It's not going to work. So there we have it. For now, we have an LS. This is a 5.3. Don't matter. It's an LS. And a 4L80 in the car. Got lots of room. I really like that. So now I'm going to get the manifold set on it. I need to go and get my welder tank refilled, my argon. My plan is it's supposed to start raining Saturday and rain. It's supposed to rain until, I don't know, the cows come home. It's supposed to rain, it looks like a full week. So I will probably make the hot side next week. Once the hot side is made, I guess we'll make sure the pan fits. I guess I'll make sure everything has plenty of room clearance-wise. I think if I would have spaced it like this, the truck pan probably would have fit in there. So, I don't know. It might not have. But, yeah, we got 1 inch of spacers. I'm not comfortable with it. You know, some of them I have double stacked because I'm just using what I have laying around. Eventually, I'll probably make those nice. I'll figure out what we're going to do with all that. But that's where we are on Project Forky. Because, you know, Forky in the movie Toy Story is always trash. Because we're taking one man's trash, which car isn't really trash, just it's a lot. It's a lot of project. So yeah, I want to get the hot side made, and then once the motor is out of the car, we will do all of the smoothing, because I don't know 100% if I want the curb ski on this side, the curb ski on that side. I think I'm going to go that side, because I don't think we will have a, like, exhaust, per se, on the car. I think we're going to do, like, either bumper dump, you know, good old bumper dump over here, or a fender dump. Probably do bumper dump. But we got to dump a big 5-inch. I was looking, I'm going to order, they make a 5 to 4-inch adapter for that. So I'm going to go that route, put a 4-inch, just because I think it'll be a little easier. Now it's time to start making things weldy. So, clearly, stock HUD. That big bitch don't fit. Since we got the fenders off and everything, we can kind of see what we're working with here. Honestly, I think even if I was to shave everything off the top, I don't think the hood would close. We're, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches. I've got maybe an inch there I could cut. So, buttons on your underwear. Thinking we'll probably just end up with a cowl hood on this car also. I mean, it obviously looks better with a cowl hood, because I personally would rather have a cowl hood on the car than spend a bunch of money for a car intake. I already have this intake. I have 2 of them. I have injectors, I have fuel rails, I have everything. So, yeah. I mean, everywhere else it fits. I mean, personally, who doesn't like the look of a cowl better anyways? We'll probably have to take the hood off of Chaos, since that one obviously doesn't bolt on anyways. Lay it on here to make sure that it will clear. But that's what we're looking at. We got, it's kind of where I would like the turbo to be. That might change, but I think that would give me room I would have to come, I don't know, something crazy if I wanted it out the bumper over here. I mean, I could tilt it. I could do a lot of things. I don't know yet. But that's what we're looking at so far. I'm telling you, I think a better name for this car would have been Frankenstein or Spare Parts. Everything on this car, the alternator's wrong, okay, I know that, but everything on this car, fan, radiator, turbo, manifolds, engines, it's all stuff that's just laying around my garage. It's all other people's trash. I think that I'll be able to make that fan work, no problem. It's one big fan, fits that radiator pretty nice. I'll get a hose to go from here down along the bottom to the other side. We'll make that work. We'll cut up the stock top upper hose, make that work. I think the hood, we're gonna have to deal with that when we get there, because we're gonna run a truck intake for sure. It's on your underwear. Got that tacked in, that tacked on, got that lower one tacked on. So we're moving along on this side. This is not gonna have power steering, is my plan. Plans always change, but if I do end up running it, I think I'll have the room. I might not. I might. I don't know. So, now we need to figure out what exactly I want to do here, because I need exhaust to come out of that and make it to here. My plan with this is to kind of come forward with them both, like that way. Because I don't think it'll ever have a taller tire than that. So as long as it'll clear that tire. And then this is going to come like this is the plan. Like dump. We'll see what happens. Alright, so we have one side fully tacked up. The other side I have to do some finagling to make sure it's not going to hit the tire. But see what we got going on there. I know I ain't filmed much of this. There's enough people out there. If you want a tutorial on how to build a turbo kit, you can watch their videos, but this will give you an idea of how to fit a massive S475 into this little tiny engine bay. So all we need to do now is go from that end up and over to there, and then we can find a alignment to do in that area. I'm not uberly concerned about those openings, because I think I'm going to put the tube, drill a big hole in here, and make the wastegate come out here some way. Something along them lines, maybe. You know, obviously have to be like angled and fanciness. But yeah, this we got to make a little better. But that is basically it. We got to fill that little hole there. I might be able to just twist the other side to make it meet. But there we go. Hot side's almost done. It's starting to rain. So I guess it's time to go inside. There we go. We got a fully welded Nova. She's wagging her tail. She's hot just like me. But they want to be outside, not inside, because they're crazy dogs. That's it. It's done. All welded. V-bands all done. Everything's done. I'm going to sit and let this cool for quite a while now. I need to clean up all the surfaces, obviously. Need to clean this up where I went over a little. Need to make a plate from here to the frame still. But it's time to go sit in front of a fan for a minute while that cools off. I'll be dipped. I tell you. It fit. It all went right back on. It worked. And I think it will work You know, besides that, I think we have plenty of clearance there. Like I said, that's the wheel at full lock. Yeah, straight, we got all the room in the world. I don't see myself ever putting bigger than that size tire on this car. If we do, we'll address that at that point. Blow-off valves, I don't know about placement yet for those. Like I said, we got to figure that out when we get to that bridge. But man, the hot side's done, and it actually looks semi-good. I like it. I'm going to throw the turbo back up over here. I mean, this thing is... I mean, besides my head that's loose. Don't mind that. Like I said, this is just a mock-up engine. Good ones in the corner. Yeah, friggin' sweet. Let's throw the turbo on it. So there it is. Still need to make a downpipe. I got to order a V-band. I'm waiting until next week to do that. I need to decide. I'm probably going to have to neck it down. Obviously, this is 5 inches, which is a little excessive. So I'll probably get the 5-to-4 adapter that they make. So that'll knock it down just a little. And then I'm going to have to, I mean, it's going to have to come tight through here. My plan is to kind of come tight through here. It's going to have to come around here. I know you like my hand movements. Just, it's going to have to come through here. And then probably like straight down. So, whoop, 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 and then go, this cold side, none of that is really even thought of yet. I'm gonna need to get an intercooler before we even think of that. I think I'm gonna put tubular lower on it, but yeah, that's still to be figured out. But yeah, there we go. There's an S475 Borg Wiener off a bus that is on a little Mustango. Finally, I did this. Man, I really like, even the way I did that and kind of jogged her over. I'm hoping a sway bar will still fit. That's going to be the other challenge, because obviously I did this without one. So, yeah. I think we should be good, because you figure the sway bar is going to be in the middle of that. So, yeah. And then obviously go backwards through here to back here. Yeah, I just don't have one. It wasn't on the car. I don't have one on Chaos, so it's not like I'm not going to take one off the Cobra to put on here, because that one's different. It hangs down farther anyways, so that would screw with me no matter what. One of the next things is I'm going to cut this hood, but that's for another video. I think where we're at now, I'm going to edit these up, probably make, I don't know, 18 or 27 videos out of what I got filmed already. If you're seeing this, you already know how many other videos are out, because this one will be the last one before the next one. Does that make any sense to you? It doesn't matter if it makes sense to you. It don't make any sense to me. But yeah, we got steering coupler coming in the mail for down there, so we can actually steer the car. We went and picked up a gas tank, picked up the tank, picked up them rotors for Chaos. Guy threw in these KYBs, so those will end up going onto here once we get the proper V8 spindles and stuff, because this has got 4-cylinder parts on it, because this cradle came out of a 4-cylinder. So yeah, and these struts, not that they're bad, but they're all chewed up top. So I am just going to make a plate to hold that, whatever. It's beyond my pay grade. Yeah, it's getting exciting. Getting exciting. Thanks for watching, everybody. There it is. The secret's out. The Dream Car is going to have an LS in it. I know some people won't like it, but it's not your car, it's my car. This is the way I want to build my dream car.